Even if you are an adult, what is something that you are never truly too old for? Coloring. Having a toddler has made me realize coloring things is effing awesome. Playing with Play-Doh with my niece is a lot of fun. Check out polymer clay, total game changer. It's a little harder to knead some of them, so look up brands and things. You can put their sculpture in a regular toaster oven and make them permanent. I did this with my husband when we first started dating. I was studying art, and I was crafting with polymer clay as a hobby. He tried to make me a little dinosaur, but he doesn't have good fine motor skills, and it turned into this squishy, lopsided, Loch Ness-looking dino. He wanted to smash it back into the clay block because he didn't think it turned out good, but I refused to let him. I baked it with my other clay sculptures, and that little squishy-looking dino has sat lovingly on my dresser for the past decade. One of my favorite things to do in my free time is color digitally while listening to podcasts. About 10+ years ago there was a craze of coloring books for adults, and it didn't even, necessarily, involve Rule 34. Checks Amazon. Yup, still available. In my country, they have such a comeback with the pandemic and online studying. Coloring helps to stay focused while listening to a presentation. 9/10 would recommend. 10 years ago? I was buying them last year after a head injury made it painful to think. Coloring made my brain feel better. Go-karts. They will be fun forever. Discovered the love of go-karts at 24, also discovered what a broken humorist felt like 8 days later. Sold it promptly after, and now I wish I hadn't. Was super fun. Really shouldn't sell your bones, broken or not, you kind of need them. Sledding in snow tunnels, puzzles, kicking up piles of dead leaves, cavorting like a seal at the deep end of the pool, cannonballing off the end of the dock. Sand castles. Licking bowls of cake and cookie dough, insert health warning legal boilerplate here, faces in the mirror and funny noises. Bursting into song when washing dishes. Smelling flowers. Saying we. When driving on a curvy hilly road. I'm 63. I'm 33, and every time I swing around in a hurry or round a corner too fast, I make the whoosh noise. I'm usually walking too. Similarly, when I'm pushing a cart in the store and turn a little fast, I always make a skrrrt sound as if I'm drifting it. I love you. Well, this wasn't very subtle. Running really fast with the shopping cart on the way back to your car and riding on the little bottom part as if it's a scooter. I'm 30 and still do it every time. Last I checked, it's not your height but your weight that determines if this is possible. They always tip up unless they're the big bulky carts they use at Home Depot. I'm a small woman, so it's pretty easy to counter this by shifting my weight, but it also helps to have something really heavy in the end of the cart. Put a few cases of beer in the end of the cart, use some plungers to wedge them in so they stay, and you may be good to go in a smaller cart. I honestly don't know WTF I'm talking about, but it sounds good, and there's always the beer if it fails. Well, I guess I'm going to the store today for plungers and beer. I'm 6'4" and 270 pounds, I ride the cart every single time the wheels hit concrete. I suppose if you're a rookie in this game you can't figure out the right dispersion of weight, that's on you, winking face. Helpless, overwhelming laughter that makes you cry and maybe wet your pants. Never give up, silly. I can't even remember the last time I laughed like that. It's been, well, years. I used to laugh like that all the time because my boyfriend was so effing goofy. But then drugs and alcohol change people, and I just got too stressed about life to find things funny anymore. But I enjoy watching people, like the sub. r/contagious slaughter, Reddit link. Feeling too old for stuff. Seriously, unless you physically can't do something, you're never really too old for hobbies or fun things you did when you were younger. The sooner you learn to drop that phrase "I'm too old for X," the better you'll be. People that think you can get too old for things that are not a strain on the body are generally pretty young. So much this. Even if our neurons don't fire as they used to, it's never too late, barring physical or mental impairment, to pick up a hobby or to just stop and enjoy things as they are. Too many folks get caught up in the rat race, and at the end of our lives, all we wish for is more time, never for more money or possessions or status, just time. We'll all regret not doing some of the things we wished we had done, so it's best if we trash this "I'm too old for" mentality and started living more consciously. Video games. I'm 63 and still enjoy them. I'm 14 and my grandpa is 73. We always play Pokémon Go together. He is much better than I am though. Came here to say that when Go came out, I would find middle-aged folks just getting some nice morning walk in air, catching some mons and saying all the names wrong. It was adorable. My parents wouldn't play, but my dad would drop me off at gyms and stops to play with my friends, and my dad would go have fun with the Pokémons. Every time. He knows it's Pokémon, he just thinks it's funny to say it wrong. Typical dad. I call them Pokémen. My 7-year-old gets unreasonably annoyed. Let's go, my man. What kind of games do you like to play? My grandpa plays an older COD game, I forget which one, and plays gun game and just runs around knifing people because he likes pissing them off. It cracks him up when they start going off in the lobby cussing him out and calling him a bitch for knifing them, smiley face. My dad loves COD Modern Warfare, the original, and plays multiplayer all the time. Accuses people of cheating who play too well and makes up obscure names for the hacks they must be using just to distract/annoy them. The best one I've heard for trolling in COD was a mate who used to put his 5 years old on headset while he played. I got another one, daddy. Probably has an interesting effect on someone in their 20s playing against them in deathmatch, haha. Yo, I love getting my younger sister to get on the mic and talk when I'm doing well. The messages I get. You better than the volume off on the headset so she can only speak, not hear the lobby. I mean, there's zero money in moderating or patching COD 4, so there's a buttload of cheaters on there, same with MW2. When my boys were little I would tuck them in bed, then I would put my hands on either side of their body above the blanket and while pushing up and down, slow then fast, would sing, "You-are, Snug-Asabujanarug, Snug-Asabujanarug, Snug-Asabujanarug." They would laugh and ask for more, and it is now a fond memory. My kids are adults now, and the other night my oldest and I were chatting as he was in bed and I was at the door. He asked me to turn off his light and I asked him if I could do anything else for him. He got this grin and said, "Snug as a bug in a rug?" I said yes, which he couldn't believe, and I did it. We ended up giggling so hard. We had the best laugh, and as I turned out his light I could see he just looked so pleased and bemused. Ha ha. His brother was also going to bed, so I offered Snug as a bug in a rug to him too. He said yes. Again, full of giggles that were still happening as I closed his door. It doesn't matter how old you are never too old to be Snug-Asabujanarug. Edit, whoa. I'm so glad that this brought so many nice memories back for people. For those that don't have those memories, I don't either, but I'll offer to snug as a bug in a rug you. Thanks for all of the awards. That sounds lovely. My mom and I have a similar thing where we hug and bounce around while chanting a silly thing, and used to do it all the time when I was younger. Last week she just grabbed me out of the blue and did it, probably years since last time. It was the best. My mama and I used to have this thing where we would tickle each other's throats. Sounds weird, but neither one of us could stand someone touching our neck/throat. We'd both shrink away, laugh, and then race to try and tickle the other one, and it became a faux wrestling match and would dissolve into fits of laughter. My mom passed away a few years ago, but your post reminded me of that, and that felt good to laugh at the memory. Thanks. Yes. My mom always announced bedtime by singing "Good Night Ladies" to my sisters and me as she walked down the hallway. We knew that meant hop into bed and get ready to be tucked in. It was the best part of the bedtime routine. One time when all three of us were home visiting, we were in one room chatting about things, and all of a sudden we hear "Good night ladies." The thrilled looks on our faces must have made my mom so happy. Or maybe it was having all her girls home with their girls. We were all three grown, married, and 4 granddaughters. Sigh. Makes my heart feel good thinking on that now. I'm ordered to get my toddler to go to bed without protest. I would get down on all fours and say, "Climb aboard the bedtime train." I would then slowly crawl to their bed while choosing and chugging. My kids are always so excited about the bedtime train ride that they gleefully hop on, and are devastated if the train leaves without them. My oldest is not a toddler anymore, but I'm going to keep giving him bedtime train rides until my back gives out or he stops wanting them, which hasn't happened yet. Naps. Our family motto is if you love someone, let them sleep. How do I apply for your family? You sleep. If only my kids understood this. Same. Eventually, teens who won't get up before noon on weekends, me as a teen. I'm mid-30s and still wish I could sleep till noon on weekends. I'm in my mid-30s and I wish my brain would let me sleep in past 6 on weekends. If I had the time for napping, if I took a little sleep, then I know I'd wake up clapping with a joy I'd want to keep. I would nestle on a pillow, I would settle in a sheet, in a slumber that would billow all around me. All complete. I would dream of things forgotten, I would think of things behind, and the comfort of the cotton would be comfort to the mind. And I'd feel it sweetly sweeping as it ebbs away the ache, but I haven't time for sleeping. So I'll simply stay awake. This makes me want to crawl back under my duvet cover and forget about being an adult for just a little bit longer. Reminds me of a quote I heard that's always stuck. As kids, there's 2 things we hate, spanking and naps. As adults we grow to love them. This is some cursed truth. It's only cursed if you're still getting the spankings from your parents as an adult. I really wish I could take naps, but I always wake up with a nasty headache. Not sure why, I sleep, mostly, fine at night. Me too. Also, wake up feeling really dehydrated somehow. I love naps. Yep, as a kid I thought naps were so uncool, and if you slept at all during the day then you were a baby. My dad told me that once I was a teenager I would no longer think naps were babyish and uncool. I stood my ground at the time and was like, I will never think naps are not babyish. Spoiler, my dad was right. Once I hit sophomore year of high school, the very first thing I did every day when I got home was sleep for 3 hours. I hate naps. When I wake up, I don't know where I am or what day it is anymore. Cartoons, video games, anything except crafting my pants. When you get really old, crafting your pants comes right back around to be acceptable again. You can put this on a technicality and say you're never too old for this. You're either too young or not old enough. But not too old. Crap happens. Not like you're doing it on purpose. Spinning around on any spinny chair. In my 40s and I love a good celebratory spin in my office chair when I get something to work. Also, going way when you do it. Everybody knows you go 10% faster if you shout wee while spinning. It's only 8% from the way. Last 2% is from having racing stripes painted on your toenails. What about the extra 3% from adding a spoiler to the chair? Getting excited seeing animals. On my 25th birthday, my adult friends and I went to the Georgia Aquarium since I could get in free on my birthday. Age range 25 to 30. We all lost our collective crap over the otters. I've also moved from Georgia to Arizona and I miss squirrels. Went to the top of one of the mountains and got incredibly excited seeing squirrels. I'm Australian, and the first time I saw a squirrel I legitimately cried. I now have a framed photo of that squirrel on my wall. And a squirrel tattoo. This is really funny to hear as a Brit. You can barely go anywhere without seeing squirrels. Look, a cow. I've been working with animals for about 4 years and I still get excited when I see a dog being walked on the sidewalk or when I'm driving and they stick their head out the window. Seeing dogs and cats in general just brightens up my mood regardless how many I interact with regularly. I always love being in the car and seeing a dog in the back seat of the car in front. Something about seeing the back of a dog's head and their ears in the car still makes me laugh. Whenever I see a dog, my mood just gets 30% better, no matter how bad it was before. Dogs are just so happy. My old boy wags his tail when he sees anyone. He's seen us every day for 14 years and he still wags his tail. He finds a sock and it makes his day. He gets a treat and it makes his day. He goes for a walk and it's the best day, every day, and if he meets another dog on his walk, they have a great time. I deliver pizza and sometimes dogs will jump up on me and get excited. The customers always apologize profusely but they don't realize it's the best part of my day. I had a bird as a kid, loved the little thing. Got the same kind again as an adult and it's even more fun having a pet as an adult. So that was a fun surprise. I guess it's having a better understanding of biology/animal behavior. 11 years/Omi had a few ducklings, 36 years/Omi contemplating this exact scenario with 11 years/O mini me. As this could be fun and exciting for both of us, I can't wait to relive the reactions I saw as the ducklings grew up and had to set them free. Using your imagination. Also, dinosaur chicken nuggets. Edit. Thank you so much for the awards and upvotes, y'all. Also, I'm so happy to see so many of you of varying ages are enjoying those dino nuggies. I'm 41, and sometimes eat dino nuggets with my kids. I'm 37, we do have dino nuggets and don't have kids lol. They are called dino nuggies guys, come on day. Playing in the rain. Heck, I take my kids and play out there with them. We enjoy it together. I live on top of a hill that's perfect for snowy day sledding and rainy day slip and slides. One of my neighbors has a long giant sheet of plastic that he gets out and everyone in the neighborhood, no matter their age, slides on. It's almost as if it's a rite of passage. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.